Today, I'm going to be answering our subscribers' questions and helping him build out an offer. If you want the same done for you, all you have to do is leave a comment and I'll get around to it. I actually like doing this because it's just a way for me to hone my skills. And I like doing it raw because there's a difference between somebody that has to do a whole bunch of research just to think about the perfect thing to say on a YouTube video and then somebody that could just turn on the camera and then go off the top of his head. So let's get started. Yo, bro, appreciate the breakdown for real. Just context on this. This is the second breakdown I'm making for this guy. I'll put like a little eye icon on the upper right hand corner of this video to the previous video I made for him. Don't watch it until you finish this video though. Wasn't expecting that level of detail at all. Anyone reading this guy's legit for real, bro. Definitely sub to him. He knows what he's talking about. Glaze my shit. Also, quick context, bro, so you understand my situation better. I've built 9 basketball programs around shooting, dribbling, and finishing, with each of them having levels 1 through 3. All structures so players can improve in under 15 minutes a day. I just had a few questions if you could elaborate a bit. I don't have any credibility right now, so I was thinking of doing what Hormozi does, which is exchanging free programs to get results, testimonials first. Do you think that's a smart move? Okay. Answer to that question is should you start selling stuff for free? If you would have asked me 4 to 5 months ago, my answer would have been no. But now that I'm a lot more experienced, my answer is absolutely start for free for 2 main reasons, right? Number one, I truly believe the best piece of marketing you can have is a good fucking product. If your product does not get people a result, you're essentially scamming people. This doesn't mean that you delay selling stuff to people until like you have the perfect product, but you do need to get to a point where you can get people results. Because if you're trying to sell something to somebody and you've never gotten somebody results before, that's literally called a scam. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because of your identity. A lot of like this make money online space, it's like airy fairy. There's not a lot of concreteness to like a lot of the things that people preach. But when you're in the space, you'll realize that the amount of money that you're able to make is directly proportional to who you believe that you are. And what I mean by that is if internally you do not believe you're somebody that can charge 9, 10, 12 grand for a high ticket product, it's going to be very hard for you to sell a product for 9, 10 grand, no matter how good it is, because internally you don't believe that. What needs to happen is that there needs to be an internal shift. One of the best ways to get that internal shift is to actually sell something to somebody and then get them a result, or not sell them something but still get them results. That gives you the internal confidence to be able to charge those higher prices. Now, not everybody needs to go through that. Some people are just fucking sociopath and they don't give a fuck. They'll never have sold anything to anybody or gotten anybody results, and they'll just sell people 15K packages and they'll be perfectly fine because internally they already have like that belief system. That's why I actually recommend you start with that, because even within your language, I can tell that internally you do not have like that belief system of like I can just sell 10K packages right now. You don't have that belief system, specifically because of this line right here. I don't have any credibility right now. That is an excuse. That is an excuse for why you can't sell 10K packages. That is an excuse, right? But that excuse stems from your internal beliefs. Just to use myself for an example, right? On Instagram, if you look at my name, Lionel Detonin, right? I have almost 9K followers. I'm not really that active on Instagram, right? And the reason why I grew my Instagram so fast is because when I started growth operating, my mentor was teaching like this very specific way to outreach to people. And then I came to the conclusion like, okay, if everybody's outreaching like this, right, then all these creators are hearing the same fucking message over and over and over again. So I need to do something that stands out. So I started making content, right, on Instagram specifically because it allows me to show like my level of insight. And two, it was the fastest feedback loop. It took me 4 posts to get my first video that got over like 200,000 views, right? And I did exactly what I thought I was supposed to do, right? And I started attracting coaches. But this is what happened, right? One of my very first sales calls with a high level coach was literally okay. It was literally with a, I hate to say it, but a billionaire. It was literally with a billionaire. He showed me all the records. Like he'd made billions of dollars, and he wanted to start a coaching program, and he was reaching out to me. I wonder, can I reveal these? I don't know if I can reveal. I don't want to expose anybody, so I'm not gonna put out the messages, right? But he was reaching out to me for help on scaling his coach program that he wanted to start to $1 million a month, right? So we got on call, and even though I had been in sales for around 4 years, I completely shit the bed on that sales call. And it's not like I suck at sales. I'm an exceptional salesman, right? But the reason why I shit the bed on that call is because internally, I did not believe that I could actually get that person to $1 million a month. I did not actually believe. That's why I recommend that you start with like the free path, because one, it allows you to iron out your product, and two, it gives you time to have that internal shift that's going to allow you to charge those higher prices. Question number two, for content, I get your point about not targeting broke players. So how do you think you should switch? Right now, I just post content. If you can't finish with your left hand, then do these 3 drills immediately. Instead of that, should I switch to calling out the parents if your child struggles with finishing with his left and blah blah blah. Okay, so this is in reference to one of the things that I said in the other video for him, which is not targeting broke people. Like, I specifically told him, like, I don't make guarantees, right? I can't guarantee shit in life. But one thing I can guarantee is that if you target a broke audience, you will be broke for your whole entire fucking life. Now, here's an expanded version of that, right? Once you get really in depth in like the online space, you start to think from like a different perspective, right? I can tell that you want to get into this because you're passionate about it. And I have to make this preface. If the goal is to make money, that's the completely fucking wrong way to go to approach this, right? If your goal is to make money, what you have to think of is from the standpoint of markets. One of the core principles of marketing is that you do not create or generate demand. You just see where demand already is and you figure out how to capitalize on it, right? So you have to approach it from the standpoint of markets. What is the market that I want to enter? And is there demand for this product that I want to sell within this market? Because you can have the best fucking product ever, but if your market is not starving, if it's not solving a specific pain point, it's just fucking pointless. It's just pointless, right? But if, on the other hand, if you have a terrible fucking product, but you're in a market that's so hungry, so desperate, and has no other solutions, they'll fucking give you $1 billion. I'm not directly answering your question, but here's the thing, right? I don't want to give people cookie cutter answers. I feel like there's too many fucking cookie cutter answers like out there in the online, they make money online space. I don't fucking like that shit. And I know why they do it, right? The reason why they give, all these gurus give you cookie cutter answers is because if they sophisticate their market or their language, or they talk about the higher level stuff, then they're going to cut off like a lot of their customer base, because a lot of these people sell courses or mentorships. And I'm one of them. That's not a bad thing. I don't believe that's a bad thing, because I'm one of them. I'll put that out there first, right? I just believe in that instead of stooping down to somebody's level, I challenge them to raise their own level and increase their level of understanding, right? This will make it harder for me to attract an audience, but I believe that I'm helping out my audience more. That's why I answer your question, but I didn't really like answer it directly, because it's like this is like this right here. It's the wrong question to ask, right? The first question that you need to ask yourself is like, okay, am I serving a starving market? I can even show you, right? For one of our active clients as a growth operator, our market research dog, right? This is an extensive document, like literally 36 pages of us just doing specific research on his market, their pain points, the problem state that they're in, their desired state. There's just so much reasons why they need to believe into, like, there's just so, you can see this is my business partner right here, but there's just so much depth that goes into here, right? We always start with the market, and I wanted to go on that tangent because I don't believe that you put in a lot of thought, or maybe you did, but I don't know if you put in a lot of thought of like, okay, how much pain is in this market? Because it's like, from what you're explaining, like you're teaching people like how to shoot a basketball, how to dribble, and how to finish. Like, is that a burning pain point for these people? Like, is that can they not get that answer anywhere else? Like, if this is a passion project, then fine. But if it's something that you want to make a fuck ton of money with, then like You're just in a market that I do not believe is starving, unfortunately. Right. So that's why I say, okay, maybe try to like finesse and finagle into a different market, which is parents, right? Which I know parents are starving markets because, and specifically the pain point of their children, of affluent parents not wanting their children to be unproductive members of society. Like that's a genuine fear that affluent parents have. Like that's an example of a starving market, right? Because here's another thing: you're trying to sell a mechanism, right? People don't. How do I? People don't buy mechanisms, right? They buy emotions. Like okay, with this creator right here, right? He sells like a mentality offer, right? But the mentality, like coaching, is not what people are buying. What people are buying is hope, because people in that market are in a state where they've been fucked over, whether it's their fault or not. Right? It doesn't really fucking matter, right? They've been fucked over so bad, and they're so deprived of like wealth or financial or even financial position or relationship position that they've lost hope, right? So we sell them hope, and the mechanism we use to give them hope is mentality coaching. Like that's how you need to like think. What is the emotional thing that these people would be buying if they're buying shooting, dribbling, and finishing? Like what's the emotional thing that they would be buying? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And if you can't tie it down to emotion, right, it's going to be hard for you to create a compelling offer. It's going to be hard for you to create a converting landing page because you won't have any like emotional tie down. That's why I stick to this point so much, because it's like I said, I'm not going to stoop down and meet you where you're at. I'm going to challenge you to increase your level of thinking, right? Not coming from a place of like egotism or anything like that, right? I have so much to learn myself, right? But I believe I help you guys more. I help you more when I don't give you the cookie cutter answers that you've heard a millions of times. This is my competitive advantage, right? Because I won't do that just to sell you a fucking mentorship. Even though I will create one and I will create a product, but when I create my product, I'm going to create it with the understanding that I'm genuinely helping out people. And I'm forcing people to raise up, and my product is going to be the best product in the marketplace. And then I will have the conviction. This goes back to what I was talking about from your answer to question one. I would have the conviction that it's like I put in so much fucking time, and I'm approaching this from such a different angle, right? That people have to buy from me over other people, because if they buy from my competitors, they're going to get subpar information. They're going to get cookie cutter information, and they are not going to be able to succeed as much as they will be able to succeed from my coaching program and my mentorship. Right? Think about the level of conviction that I now have, knowing that I'm approaching it from this different angle. This is just a little bit higher level thinking than like the you do market research and you build a low ticket community and you like that shit's so fucking stupid to me. I mean, it's not stupid; it's basic stuff, but it's like it keeps you like at that low level. And I genuinely believe in challenging people to increase their standards. Right, that's it. The idea with the Discord was to filter out serious buyers and basically exchange my programs for free results. Initially, I get credibility, then later sell. Do you think that's a good approach, or should I skip straight to sending people to a locate ticket landing page and then using an upsell funnel like you mentioned? This depends on like how you are internally, right? If you have the confidence, if you have that internal shift that people should be paying you for your information, then absolutely send them straight to a low ticket community or a low ticket offer, and then excuse me, upsell them, right? But another thing you could do is you could just have the low ticket community, or you could just have the Discord be the low ticket offer. You just have the Discord be the low ticket offer, right? So let's say we have Discord Discord access as the low ticket offer, all right? Then I wouldn't jump straight to a high ticket. Personally, I would try to come up with a mid ticket offer. We're gonna make this yellow. And then after that, then I would take them to a high ticket offer, right? That's what I would do, right? Now, here's just like a couple of nuanced information about this point. Number one is the idea of competing on economics, right? This is something that Alan Soltanich kind of pioneered, or at least who I learned this from, right? So uh, A lot of marketers operate in this sense. So typically they have some type of traffic source, right? And that leads to whatever front end offer that they have, right? So let's keep it an example of a low ticket offer. And then they would immediately ascend them into a high ticket offer. Let's say that this low ticket offer is 59 bucks, right? And then this high ticket offer is 2K, right? The maximum amount of money somebody can give you through this funnel is $2,059, right? But if you're competing on economics, right, what you would do is you would have traffic to a low ticket offer, and then you would have an upsell directly into the high ticket offer, right? And then if they say no to the high ticket offer, you downsell to the mid ticket offer. And then if they say yes to the mid ticket offer, you upsell them back into the high ticket offer at a discounted rate. Or if they say no to the mid ticket offer, you re-offer them the mid ticket at a discounted rate, right? And it's more opportunities, right, for somebody to tell you yes. And how this would play out is like the complete AOV, right? For this, the AOV, which is average order value, would be substantially higher on this funnel than this one, which is great because with a higher AOV, you're going to be able to spend more money on ads, right? So let's say I kind of made this super complex, so I can't fucking do the math. In here, let's say the AOV of this funnel is $1,000, right? But the AOV, holy shit, you guys are seeing my amazing drawing skills, right? I fucking hate this shit. So AOV, so average order value of this funnel is $1,000, right? And then let's say the average order value of this off funnel is $1,500, right? So with this funnel, right, they could profitably acquire a customer for $999, right? That's a terrible ROAS, but that's still profitable, right? But with this funnel, they could profitably acquire a customer for $1,499, right? Because this funnel allows you to buy or to spend more money to acquire a customer, right? You will be able to capture a larger percentage of the marketplace. So you would naturally beat out this person. Is that I hope I explained that well. This is also why I'm like doubling down on YouTube, just so I can just like iron out my ability to explain shit. Um, but yeah, that's just getting a little bit more complex. But yeah, let me reread this just to make sure I'm answering it properly. My idea was to filter out serious buyers and basically exchange a program for free, right? What you could, just to clarify your answer, what you could do, right, is you could just do free community, right? So the community element, because here's another thing with like offers, right? Or ascension offers. It's like you have to give them give them a reason to buy the next offer, right? Because if your low ticket offer solves too many problems, right? This is just like if it's too good, they will never have a reason to buy the mid ticket or the high ticket. Like they just won't, right? So the free aspect could be like just the community, like just being able to talk to other basketball players, and then the low ticket offer could be like, okay, these 9 other programs that you have, right, for like $59 each, right? Blah 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 blah. That puts a total. If somebody bought all of them, right, it would be 531 for one person to buy all 9 of these programs, right? So your mid ticket could be all these programs at a fucking discounted rate, right? So instead of them having to spend $531 $5 to buy all 9 of your programs for $59 each, right? Somebody can buy all 9 of your programs for $299. $299, right? That it is a massive discount, right? Now these people have a reason to ascend, right? So free community is just them being able to talk to other basketball players, right? And then they can individually buy the programs, right? So you have 9 programs all at $59 each, right? Right? Now, they have a reason to buy those. They have a tangible reason, right? Because they're in the community, but like they want to get better, they buy the program, right? Now, their reason for buying the mid-ticket offer is getting all 9 of them for a massive discount, almost 50% off, right? Because now instead of paying $531 for all 9 of them, now they only pay $299, right? And then the high ticket can be like $1K for like personalized training, like or like one-on-one. See, this goes back to like market. I don't understand it enough about. Keep in mind, this is just me spinning shit off the top of my head. I don't actually understand enough about this market to know if this will convert. That's the thing, right? So 1K could be the high ticket offer, and that could be like a weekly coaching, blah 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 blah, right? And here's another thing you can do, right? You can have access to weekly group coaching as a bonus for the mid-ticket offer, right? Because that's one thing, right? Bonuses sell more than the actual offer itself, but that's a conversation you're not ready to have just yet, right? So is weekly. Holy shit, this is getting messy. Group coaching, right? So you get weekly group coaching as part of the mid-ticket offer, and that's completely free, right? But the group coaching, guess what? It's really just a hidden sales mechanic because it's really just a hidden webinar for your high-ticket offer. Like, this shit gets fucking fun. Right? And then a high-ticket offer is just like more personalized one-on-one coaching, right? Like, this is just me structuring the shit off the top of my fucking dome. Yeah, let me erase this because this is getting messy. I'll keep it. Fuck it, whatever. All right. For offers, I like your low ticket structure. I was thinking something similar, but I don't think I have skill set needed for a 3K offer. Bingo. There we go. Remember what I said before about your internal belief system. When you've been in this space long enough, I could just smell this shit. Like I don't have to like. Half these people are gonna do a whole bunch of research about like the perfect thing to say for a YouTube video. I don't have to do none of that shit. I could just be off the top of my dome. Like I could just smell that would be a problem for you, right? And there we go. Is it all right for me to simply focus on having a low ticket, 50 medium ticket offer for $575 for now while I explain my skill set, blah, blah, blah? I kind of just answered this question right here. I don't have any money for ads right now or have access to any money right now. Is that right for me to simply do organic for now and then move to ads later? Do I have to experience blah, blah, blah? Once again, thank you. Organic is perfectly fine. Just understand that there are positive and benefits for both. Like there's this conversation about, organic better than paid or paid is better than organic. They're the fucking same thing. They are just garnering attention from the audience. Paid is more controllable, more predictable, right? You can literally financially model it out, right? You can build a financial model test, and then you can see, okay, if I put $1 into the system, right, I get $2 back. I get $3 back, right? It's very controllable. But the thing is, it's not good for nurturing an audience, right? It's not. How do I explain this? It's not good for building a brand. And at scale, the biggest brands win, if that makes sense, right? Now, organic is less predictable, right? But it's free. And it's amazing for building a brand, if that makes sense, right? But the perfect is having a combination of paid and organic. Like I fucking hate this argument of like, what's better, organic or paid? It's fucking stupid. They're the same thing. They're two halves of the same coin. If you're watching this and you want some of your questions answered, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I'll take some time to answer them. But none of this information matters if you're not able to generate attention from whatever content you're making. So click this video right here to learn exactly how I generate attention through organic content.